Hello, I'm Mint, and welcome to my second video. Before we start, I'd like to quickly mention that I used a picture of myself as a reference, and did not want to include that picture into my Speedpaint, so this is why the sketch of Mint is already done. Today's Speedpaint is the cover art for my future videos. I drew Mint hunched over an iPad, as that's how I tend to draw, with the posture of a shrimp, over my iPad, drawing in bed. The dragon part of this video are my cats. The first dragon I drew is Noodle. The second dragon I drew is Soba, which makes him my second cat. Though I drew him kind of chicken-like, so I plan on fixing that later on, I promise. And the last dragon I sketched is Farafeli. She is my third cat, and a bit of a chaos goblin, honestly. I have a few reasons why I chose dragons for my cats, is because Mint is a goblin, and I thought I needed creature-like animals to be by her side, and I settled on dragons. My reasoning for this is dragons and cats share similar qualities, at least I believe so. Cats hoard things and dragons hoard things. Cats sleep for long periods of time, and dragons sleep for long periods of time. Also, that inner eyelid cats have is just very lizard-like, so I rest my case. Cats are dragons. I wanted my cover art to include some aspects of my life. When I draw in bed, my cats are usually there with me. I feel it is their way of supporting me, and whenever I'm frustrated with an art piece, I know I can take a break and snuggle with my babies, which fills me with a surplus of energy so I can get back to drawing. I don't typically draw animals, let alone complex forms of dragons, so they are very dragon-inspired. I also know this has shifted to a rant about my cats, but what can I say? I'm a cat person, so I'm legally obligated to yap about these guys. Soba's dragon form was a bit of a challenge. It's still reading chicken, or a very cursed chicken creature. I was struggling to draw what makes him Soba, which is just a little guy. So, in the end, I made him more cat-like with dragon aspects. Soba really is just my goofy little baby. Noodle was rather easy to create. She reads the most dragon out of the three, I think. It's because she's been my rock and takes being an emotional support pet seriously. She always knows when I'm about to cry and is ready with kitty kisses and snuggles. Now, Noodle does have a sassy and petty side to her personality. Farafeli's dragon form is straight chaos. She is only a year old now, but has the ability to inflict psychic damage while being able to cute her way out of everything. I believe Farafeli's chaos comes from not being able to see very well. She has very pale blue eyes that flicks red in direct light. So she has to explore her world by touching and grabbing everything, which leads to a lot of destruction. Overall, Noodle, Soba, and Farafeli are my babies, and I love them so very dearly. I would not trade anything about them or their personalities. It makes them their own cat, and I'm so very grateful and lucky to have them in my life. All of this is to really state why my cats are in this art piece. They are a big part of my life. I am an artist and a cat mom. Last part of my rant, I promise, I did color their dragon forms as close as how they look in real life. Okay, enough about my babies. At least for this video, maybe? Tell me about your pets in the comments if you guys have any. I think, overall, this drawing is turning out super cute. Maybe due to the fact there are adorable creatures around Mint. I'm also trying to practice thinking positive about my art. Sure, there is always room for improvement. I mean in the sense of trying to not compare my art to others, or negatively putting my art down. I used to be really guilty of those habits, but I've learned to grow out of it and look at the good things about my art. I'm still discovering my art style, so I struggle with a bit of inconsistencies here and there. And I think if I look for the positive aspects I like within each art piece I draw, the closer I am to finding my art style. Any tips and tricks about discovering or perfecting one's own art style would be greatly appreciated, so please comment below. Thank you. I believe I now have a new goal for my art journey, this being backgrounds. Normally, I just wing it, which is not a good habit of mine. Backgrounds have always been a sort of issue for me. low-key terrifying too, but I am determined to learn. I really do believe this channel is going to help my art develop and improve. This sets me up for a sort of responsibility to achieve and reach my goals. I find it very motivating and exciting to see my art grow. Alright, with the Speedpaint wrapping up, I'd like to say thank you for those making it to the end. I appreciate that so much. I'd also like to mention that as my first video, I still have Stardew Valley characters to draw, so if you like any of them, mention them down below. Thank you!